Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I've decided to play a little bit of Hearthstone. I have been playing it for a while, as you can see with the gold I've accumulated. I haven't spent a dime on this game. I've just been doing the daily challenges for about a month now, I'd say, but I thought I'd jump into an arena and show you one of my most favourite game modes in any card game ever. So, let's see. So you forge a deck from random cards, then see how long you can last in the arena. The most you can get, basically, is 12 wins, but you have to do it with less than 3 losses. Once you have your third loss, you are basically dead, right? So, I don't really enjoy the Warlock, to be honest. I believe it only really works in the late game. Malfurion is good for early board clear, and has some very strong tier 7 and 8 monsters. Thrall is what I'm going to go for, just because of his totems. His totems give a very interesting RNG effect in the game, which is always nice. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we've started with a bit of a crazy thing. I'm going to go for the Doom Hammer for maybe some late game aggression if we need it. Stormforged Axe is always lovely, but Rockbiter is also good. Oh my god, it's got to go for the Stormforged though. It looks like we're going for a lot of overload right now. Lava Burst, no. Lightning Storm is always needed for that basic full board clear. Deal 2 damage to 2 random enemies, that's pretty good. Over the Bloodfen Raptor, yes, we've got to go for it. Everything so far has had overload on it. That kind of scares me. This card, 4-3 for 4, in my opinion, is not very good. Frost Shock is not too good. Stone Tusk, just in case we run anything into anything which just needs 1 to finish it off. Wild Pyromancer is pretty decent. Its effect is very good. We're not really going to run any secrets, but Argent Commander is always good. We do need some earlier minions though. Cult Master is good, but we will need something to protect it. And let's see, Shattered Sun Cleric is okay. Goldshire Footman is basically useless. We're going to go for the card draw. And let's see, Earth Shock is always useful. And the Acolyte of Pain for some more card draw, even though all 3 of those cards were very good in my opinion. All minions cost 1 more, pretty useless. Let's see, choose a minion, when that minion is destroyed, return it to the battlefield. That's not bad. Let's just do that, just in case we get any heavy monsters that we need to throw out. Another Stormforged Axe is always nice. The Scarlet Crusader is good. We're not really going to need any spell damage because of the totems. And we have quite a few weapons though, and for a 2-3, for just 2 costs, that sounds good to me. Another card draw card. It looks like we're going for a lot of them. This is a tough one. Mad Bomber is obviously basically just RNG in a nutshell. Dark Iron Dwarf is good, but to play it with stuff, we do have a hell of a lot of spells and not really a lot of minions. Hex, I've got to go with Hex just in case anything big comes at me, because unfortunately right now I don't have anything big to deal with it. Jungle Panther is always lovely, but Wither Crocalist at 2, you can't really go wrong. We have quite a few 2s, so it might be time to start going up. Acidic Swamp Ooze is decent, but the Raging Worgen is very tough to deal with that 3-3. I don't like. Another Stormforged Axe is always good for board clear. And let's start getting some high cost minions in this deck. Lightning Bolt again. And let's see. The Stampeding Kodo is always useful. Whenever you play a card, Questing Adventurer is good if you can combo it with stuff. But the Stampeding Kodo is pretty good for a 3-5. It has a very good battle cry. Let's see. At 5, you can get a lot of stuff that can kill the Stampeding Kodo though. So Questing Adventurer might be useful for a 3, so let's just go for it. We don't really have a lot of 3s at the moment. Draw is always good in this deck. We may have too much draw. Summon some boars is always nice as well, just to get some minions on the board, because at the moment we don't have tons. Lightning Bolt once again for that board clear. Let's go for another Fire Elemental for some late game damage. A Hex out of those 3 I believe is probably the best. Flametongue Totem, Flametongue Totem in my opinion is a card where you only really play it when you've won the board, but if you can get some totems up, that's very, very useful. The Lord of the Arena is always useful, but the mana curve at the moment is looking good. Let's go for you again. We do have a lot of weapons, but I'm not too worried about picking something for its weapons. Stealth is always nice on the Tiger, gives us another 5, and we can get another Doom Hammer. A Molten Giant would be quite useful. Let's see. Yeah, since we already have one Doom Hammer, I'm going to go for the Molten Giants. Now, this deck is pretty lackluster, to be honest. Didn't get anything decent, but I suppose if this arena run isn't great, what I'll do is I'll just take all my gold and cry in it and make some and get some cards. So, let's start off. The good thing about this deck, though, is that its curve's pretty good. We have some decent early game pressure, which we can use against the enemy and against other players. We do have a lot of board clear as well with the spells, but the problem is overload is a real problem with the Shaman. You have to control more compared to other, well, I suppose other races, would you call it? Or other types in this game? Basically other heroes, in a way. It looks like we've found a game, which is nice. A worthy opponent, Cheetah McCheetahson. I do love this in the game. It's very nice. Jaina. Okay, so it's a mage. Mage's power is pretty decent. Stormforged Axe is always nice to start off with. Let's see. I don't think we'll need these two early on. Hex is, for me, a more late game. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like we're drawing it anyway. So we don't have a turn 1 play, but that's completely fine. Second turn, we do have the Stormforged Axe, which can be used, or even a totem. If they don't play anything, totem time. If they do, it's Stormforged Axe, and beat the shit out of it. Uh-oh. Let's see. How hard are you going to buff that? Pretty hard. So we've got a 3-3, and they've already done 3 damage to us. Maybe a Taunt Totem would be worth it, but if we don't get a Taunt Totem, then, perfect answer. Goodbye. So that's that sorted out. We don't have any board presence at the moment, but we've got rid of the threat. I didn't really see another play. If we used the Stormforged Axe there, it wouldn't have actually killed the Mana Worm, so we would have taken 6 damage. It looks like they don't have a turn 2 play. Yeah, there's turn 2. Unfortunately, I don't really. I do have the Stone Tusk, but it's pretty useless at the moment, so let's just get a totem out. It was either totem or Stormforged. Unfortunately, the mage can kill this Searing Totem in 1 hit, but that does mean it only leaves him with 1 mana. So let's see what he can do with 1 mana. At the moment, next... Oh no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that thing only costs 1 mana, but that's fine. We do have the Stormforged Axe to deal with it. So let's just do this. We can also combo it with the Loot Hoarder, and when it dies to the Fireball next turn, we can get a card out of it, so that's always nice, isn't it? Unfortunately, we've overloaded ourselves, so we can't play the Argent Commander next turn, even though we couldn't have anyway, because I can't count. But we can play a Totem. And here we go. Here's an answer. Let's get some River Crocodilist action going. And even better, let's get a Gnomish Engineer out for some more card draw. Says something that we can use if they put a minion out, which is about 3 health. And there we go. That's a good card to use. 2 minions with Taunt, I don't care. I can use this Lightning Bolt to deal with that, and also Forked Lightning. So I think, let's see, what can we do the turn after? We could do Argent Commander with Overload of 1, so we're going to do that. Says the board clear, we're left with 5 mana, so River Crocodilist would be a good play here. And not this, but let's just get a totem up and see where we stand. And we might as well use a charge of the axe just to get rid of the taunts, so next turn we can start laying down a bit of damage. Now if the mage has anything big or scary such as a Boulder Fist Ogre, we can use the Hex, or we could charge into it if it has 4 health, or we could even just do this. Divine Shield is a bit of a problem, But we can just ignore that for the time being. I don't think it's worthy enough to hex, or we could take some damage to the face. Let's see. Let's take some damage to the face. And unfortunately, this is a toughie. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is play the Gnomish Inventor to draw a card. We get that, and we're going to take out the Stone to Spore as well, and basically charge these two minions into it. It's not as cost effective as otherwise, but the thing is, I have board presence now. I'm basically on the board and they're not, and also I have more cards than them when I draw next, and I believe my... Fair enough. That's fine, because that takes up all 7 of your mana, dear sir. Whenever another minion dies, draw a card. Right, okay, so we could actually combo these together, or we could go for the Argent Commander and a Totem. Now, I believe that would be good, so let's go for that. The Argent Commander isn't as good against a mage, because it can just ping it off with the shield, and then they have a lot of spells to deal with it. Next turn, we still have quite a lot of removal. This is up to 3 damage because of that totem. And here we go. What spell are you going to use, mage? You're going to... Yep, and then... a secret. Okay. And there's the answer. Goodbye. Secret is counterspell. Well, that's pretty shit, but that's fine. What we can do is actually play the Cult Master. But first of all, we'll play this. Cult Master. And there we go. And then just charge the Argent Commander into here. Now, this gives him an interesting proposition. He can either go for the Argent Commander or this. And if he goes for this, that's completely fine. The Argent Commander... Or he can just Flame Strike and piss me off. But that means that both boards are clear, and now we have equal cards in our hands. And I believe my hero power is better. We are up to 10 now. Would it be worth getting the Fire Elemental out now? Depends on the totem. No, I don't think so. We should wait until we can use that Battle Cry on an enemy minion. Let's see what he does. Well, that's what a Hex is for. Unfortunately, I didn't get any legendaries in my deck, but I did get a Hex. So goodbye, and let's do that to his face, because we have 2 of them now, and just do that. I bet you he's a bit pissed off. Hopefully he doesn't have any more legendaries, otherwise it would be tough to deal with them. But we do have a 6/5 on the board, which is always nice to see. He's down to 17, I'm down to 21. Ooh, this is quite a grueling game, unfortunate. Well, there's a taunt. Once again, 3 damage, can go straight to his face. There is a secret, though. Unfortunately, he's taken that out. I can use Fork Lightning. I might do that. Let's just summon a totem to start the game. And unfortunately, that's not what I was looking for. What? Wait. Choose a minion. When that minion is destroyed, return it to the battlefield. Yep, can do that. So let's do this. Boom, boom. And then if that is a mirror entity, this Fire Elemental, yep, can just bang straight into that, and this can return to the battlefield. So it looks like we have all the answers at the moment, unless he has some more board clear. He has used 2 Flame Strikes, and he has used quite a lot of other stuff, but at the moment we have a lot of damage on the board. We have good old... Is that a Flame Strike? 3 Flame Strikes, that's the problem with Arena, I find. In Arena, you can... Well, in constructed play, I suppose, you can only have 2 of each card. Healing Totem is nice, that means it survives from that. Can't play the Molten Giant yet, and I'll just leave everything else in my hand. So there we go, you can't just ping it, because it won't just die. The mage is down to 11, which is nice. Fortunately, we can't play the Molten Giant, because the way it works is it costs 1 less for each damage your hero has taken. So I've taken 9 damage. This starts at 20. Why would you play that? He must have nothing else. This starts at 20, so when I get down to 10 health, this will be 0 cost. And that is very, very useful. But it looks like the mage is slightly confused. Can't be targeted by hero powers. That's fine with me. Okay, that's not good. Let's see. Oh, okay, so do we have lethal? First of all, no. I don't think we have lethal this turn, but we're just going to totem up. Do we get spell damage? Yes, we do. So I can crucify his board. But let's see. Minions have +2 attack, so that's 8 and 10. I can get him down to 1. I'm going to do it. Let's overload ourselves. Let's put some pressure on this mage. And get him down to 1 health. And then let's just do this. Just to finish that guy off. To make sure that he can't take out my fire elemental. And if he can only take out the fire elemental, that's completely fine. Because, or he could do that. That's still completely fine. A llama bot is not good. I'm guessing that's a big card in his hand. But we'll see what we get next time. Where is this fireball gone? God fucking damn it. Oh, mages with their insane board clear, but all I need is 1 damage. And that's not 1 damage yet. But next turn, if he doesn't have a taunt, and do I get a taunt? Yes, I do. He is dead. And also, on top of that, I can't get a Molten Giant, but the turn after I'll be able to, and that'll put a lot of pressure on him. It looks like he might be dead here, which is always nice. The amount of damage he has on the board is not great, and I still have 20 health. There's a fireball, and well done, you've got me down to 13, which means I can bring out my Molten Giant. Well played, let's just put everything on the board, because why the hell not? And bonk. So, there we go. First win on the board, which was nice. It took a while though. Only 8 cards left. We got a lot of card draw, which I like in this deck. We got some decent power, and also, this is how you get gold, by the way. It gives you challenges every day, which is very nice. So you can collect gold through that. If you get wins, or if you summon so many enemies, if you do so much damage, everything like that. But with a 1-0, we've got a good start, and we'll see where we go from here. I'm quite pleased with this deck. I'm a bit worried about the late game. We do have the hexes, which will help out a lot. But we shall see. I'm still pretty new to card games in general, so we'll see how it goes. Thrall versus Rexar, always a good matchup, and let's see. We have a 2, which is nice, and a 3. No. I do like that hand, but the problem is it's very situational. And if it doesn't work properly, then you're screwed. And against a hunter, they have a lot of opportunities for card draw and also killing minions. So you've got to really, really make sure you're doing the right job. Now, if he doesn't play anything, I won't play anything, because all I really have is the coin and then Stormforged Axe, which would overload me. And, well, I wonder if he's got an aggressive deck. I don't know, but but that's okay. We'll just do this. There's no point in playing anything right now. There's no point in using the coin, because to be honest, well, there's nothing to attack with the Stormforged Axe. There's no point in really hitting the face with it. That is wonderful, because the Acolyte of Pain can just hit that and draw cards. Or Stormforged Axe. It's an interesting conundrum we find ourselves in. It's a good conundrum, though. So what we can do is this turn, Stormforged Axe or Acolyte of Pain. And then the turn after, if we go Acolyte of Pain, we can go Stormforged Axe and Totem. Yeah, let's just throw out the Acolyte of Pain. The problem is, like, in games like this, it can all come down to one move, or one RNG event, such as like a Mad Bomber. So you have to really keep your wits about you. and make sure to try and make the right decision. Like the Doomhammer is very good, but if they have an acidic Swamp Ooze, then it's dead. He's looking for a way to deal with this Acolyte of Pain, but it looks like he doesn't, or he has numerous ways, and that might be a thing. Let's see, deal 2 damage. Okay, so that's a bit of card draw for us. Oh, we get a Hex, that's always nice. And that takes that out. Ah, Raging Worgen, a wonderful turn 3 play. If basically Enrage means if this thing gets hit, then it will gain Wind Fury, which means it can attack twice, and +1 attack, so it will go up to 4. So you basically want to kill this thing in one shot, otherwise you're really going to struggle. Now the good thing is, I actually have board presence, where in the last game I really didn't. Whenever you... Okay. I don't know why he's played that, but... because now I can Enrage and hit him. Oh well. Now, as you can see, now I'm enraged, so I can hit him for 4. I could play the Gnomish Inventor, so let's go for that. It was a tough choice there. It was either that and the Stormforged Axe and a Totem, but I believe this board is stronger. Hopefully he doesn't kill my Raging Worgen, but if he does, there we go. But he doesn't kill the Gnomish Inventor, which is very, very useful. And also, he has no board presence still. So, it's time to stealth. And just keep hitting him in the face. Totems, maybe a Taunt Totem would be useful now. He's probably looking for the Unleash the Hounds combo, which basically means you can play a Starving Buzzard, I believe. Right, so the board clear comes in here. Now, we have various ways of dealing with this, which is always nice. But I believe the best way is, first of all, do that. Second of all, do that, so we don't take 2 damage. And then just finish him off and summon a totem. Lovely stuff. Now, the thing is, I don't want to play more than 3 cards here on the board, because as I was saying, the Unleash the Hounds card basically means that you get a 1/1 beasts, which are equal to the amount of people you have. So I have 3 creatures on the board here, so on Unleash the Hounds, if it was used, they would summon 3 1/1 hounds. But the problem is, if you play the Starving Buzzard at the same time, then you can really, really struggle. Ah, there we go, there's the Unleash the Hounds. And now they all have 2 attack. Oh no, sorry, because it's only adjacent minions with this. Okay. So you have 4 damage, so you're gonna go for my face? That was a weird one. I think that may have been a mistake from him, but he has done a lot of damage to me. Let's see, we have 7, which is nice. There's no point in really transforming anything now. We can deal 4 damage. Stormforged Axe is a really good play here. Wind Fury would also be useful. Can we take that much damage to the face, though? Yes, we can, because he has no cards in his hand. So basically, he's top decking from now. So we take that guy out. We take that guy out. We throw in the charge. Use this Tone Touch Spore to take that guy out. And then just leave that one Unleash the Hounds to have fun by himself. Because he is only a 1/1, he can't really do anything. As long as this card isn't anything crazy, then we should be okay, because we have still a lot of minions. I mean, we have the goddamn Molten Giant. Ah, I hate that card, but the great thing is we have Hex, and we can easily take it out. Because this thing... Oh, the hero power. I hate the hero power of the Hunter, but we can easily do all this. Okay, so first of all, we have to Hex it, because I don't want those 2/2 hyenas. We can hit both of these. Just finish them off and only take 1 damage. There we go. Molten Giant can now come up for 0 cost, because we're at 10 health. And that'll do, Donkey, that'll do. Let's get another totem out, see if we get the Taunt Totem. That would be nice. Another Healing Totem, that's not too bad either. But basically, we have lethal next turn with this board. So if he can't kill me with this 1 card and his hero power, he is dead. Which is always nice to see. And if we ever need anything else, we also have this fire elemental. The Demolisher is absolutely useless in this situation. So, GG, no re. Let's just do this. Just finish him off fast. There we go. Rather well played. So that's 2-0. So we've got a good start going on here. Which is always nice. I do think this deck is going well. And there we go. We got some gold from a quest that was given to us today. So, 2 out of 2. Looking good with this deck. I mean, now we start getting... Basically, the way Arena works is if you win 2, you come up against a person who is either 1-2 or is 3-1, stuff like that. So you basically always come up against a player who is equal to the amount of wins and losses ratio that you are, which is always nice. But it does mean that when you get up to 11, you come up against the best players in the game, or basically the people who have taken or got really good draws, like in the draft, I suppose. So we're against Malfurion. Malfurion with his hero power is very good early game, not too good at late game. This is a terrible hand, so we're going to mulligan it, which basically means get rid of all of them, and see what we can get. We get a 6, a 2, and a... Oh, crap. Well, this isn't looking good. Hopefully our draw is good, because right now, early game, we're going to be struggling. Late game, we're going to be great if we can last that long. But the Druid, oh my Jesus. The Druid late game has some very powerful minions. They have an 8/8 taunt, which is an absolute bitch. They have a lot of magic cards, which do a lot of AoE. And he hasn't played anything, so it's time to just throw out the River Crocolisk, just to test the waters and see what he has. It looks like he does have some cards to deal with it, as he's selecting them in his hand. And Acidic Swamp Ooze is one of those cards. Luckily I didn't draw a weapon, but we do have the Raging Worgen, which is very useful. We might as well just trade 1 for 1, because the Raging Worgen will do really well here, as long as he doesn't have 3 damage potential in his hand. So far we've done well early game. Also, these arenas are interactive, so I can do stuff like this, which I always like. Get rid of some of the plants and bring them back. It's something nice to do. Chillwin Yeti, you bastard. Now, is it worth sacking the Raging Worgen for a Flame Tongue? I would go for yes, because of all the late game pressure that a Druid can have. That may have been the wrong decision, but we do have a 2-2 on the field, which is always nice. Unfortunately, we don't really have a follow-up to this. We are really waiting on that 6 at the moment. Silence a minion, so that is basically useless, but that's completely fine. I don't really mind that. Hero power is coming down to the donkey ground. So he gains 1 armor. Is it worth it? No. It really isn't. But there we go. So we have 3 totems on the board right now. I was wondering if it was worth it because we could kill the owl and hit him in the face. But with the overload of 2, that means that we would have to wait 2 more turns to play our fire elementals. Which, obviously, you don't want to do. Okay. Let's see what he does. I do like the music in this game as well. It's very nice. Very, very soothing for a game like this. It may actually be time to play the Doomhammer this turn. Oh, I hate these decisions, you know. It sucks. You gotta think. Let's see. If I play this, it survives. So let's just play it and kill this guy. Just to finish him off. Basically, this cannot kill this in its current state. That's the way I'm looking at it. But the problem is, because I have the healing totem, I can heal it. But if he has 1 damage, or even Starfire, I believe it's called, it does 5 damage and deals a card. So, Is that it? There we go, there's Starfire. Sometimes you have to play around cards in this game that you know are coming. But in situations like that, I really couldn't do anything about that. If he attacks, which he doesn't, which is fine with me, but we can draw a card. If he had attacked, I could have easily taken him out with either one of these weapons. Let's summon another totem, just to get the full 4, so we know what we're getting. And basically, we have a decent hand, but the problem is we don't have a lot of board clear. We only have this Hex, which can deal with 1 minion, and then this guy can take him out. But we don't have a lot of damage. We don't have a lot of creatures, except for maybe this Fire Elemental. We do have decent weapons. Now, is that worth hexing? This is the question. Okay, so he has shown the Panther. There's a lot of options here. And I like all of them. Which is always a problem. So what we can do is deal 3 damage, but that doesn't kill it. 2, 6, 2, 8. Let's see, we can hit it for 2 and then deal 3 damage and then run that into that. Yeah, we could. Let's do that. It may not be the most efficient play, but it works. And it keeps our Hex in hand when we need it later on. So there we go. That deals with that. And then next turn we can play the Gnomish Inventor or the Tiger, depending on what is attacking, and another totem if we need it. But we shall see. We also have the Hex if he throws out anything big. The Ironbark Protector is a 8-cost minion, so that is an absolute bitch in the face, but it looks like he's throwing out other stuff beforehand. So, how do we deal with this? We don't use the Hex, because, well, obviously, we could use the Hex on that. Oh no, he's going for a charge. We need to, I believe we need to use something. Let's see, whenever this minion takes damage. I don't have a way of doing 1 damage, so that's the real problem with this. If I had 1 more damage on the board, I could do it. Is it worth it? Yep. In my opinion, it is. So, we hit that guy, and then that leaves this as a target, but that means we still have the Tiger on board. We can kill that next turn, if he doesn't have outrageous board clear, with this. And we have some card draw in our hand. We have the Doom Hammer, which is always fun to use, and a Hex if he throws out anything crazy. This is the time where the legendaries come out, and screw your day up. It looks like he's going for it, which is always nice. So he's taken that out. He does have 9. Let's see what he decides to do. Oh, you cheeky. He obviously has a lot of options here. You can see he's basically just going like this, going, I wonder which one I want. But he doesn't have an answer right now, do you? I see straight through you, Akuno. I know your kind. You can't handle the Boom Boom tune. Nobody can. Boom Boom. Oh my flipping god. Well, at least we can get value out of the Acolyte of Pain. Or the Stormforged Axe, I suppose. We could use that too. Let's see, what's the next card he plays? Oh, well, shit. Hex time. Yeah, that's definitely Hex material. We can deal 3 damage, but first of all we're going to Hex that so it can't use its ability. And let's get some card draw going. Good stuff, we get a charge creature, so that basically solves that problem. Hit that guy in the face, and we keep the charge creature alive. Lovely stuff, and let's just throw out Gnomish Inventor to get some more card draw. Why not a totem as well? Bloodsail Raider is always nice. But we can play it in turn with the Doom Hammer, and let's just hit him in the face, because we haven't done a lot of damage. So right now, we have a decent board. We do have a dead creature, or a dead totem, I suppose. We do have the same amount... There it fucking is. You just knew. You just knew it was there. We can't get another totem. But, let's see, how can we do this? This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Or we could do this. Because I know I'll get the spell totem, so that'll do 4 damage. And then we only have to hit it with another minion. Let's see, so, let's go 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8. Or 2, 3, 4. Yep, let's do that. Okay. So we'll hit him with this. Get rid of the Acolyte of Pain because it's useless to us. Not get rid of the totem because we want to get the spell totem. Get the spell totem. And do that. Take him out of the game. Trade the 1-1 for that. And get the Doom... No. First of all, hit him. Second of all, do that. Third of all, there we go. Okay. That looks good to me. I don't want to overcommit with the Blood Cell Raider. Not yet, anyway. If he has an Acidic Swamp Ooze, then we're going to have a problem. But next turn, we have overloaded a lot, so we can't use the Molten Giant, which is a shame. But we have done a... That is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Because we can play the Blood Cell Raider. Can't be targeted by hero powers, that's completely fine with me. It can be targeted by my weapon. Isn't that a bitch? Oh, you're hitting me in the face now. Are you threatened? Do you feel pain? Deal 3 damage. Is it worth it? Not really, because I can just do that. I do have enough health to easily do this. And let's just throw this out there now. Get another totem as well. It looks like it doesn't have any board clear, which is nice. Do that, and there we go. So we only have 4 potential damage on the board, but next turn we can get even more. The Molten Giant will be coming to our rescue and helping us out. It looks like he's running out of cards as well. We're about even on cards in our deck, so he may have some answers to his issues. Maybe he has some healing or something like that. This card to me seems like a dead card since he hasn't even looked at it since the start. Or maybe it's a very situational card. That could be a thing. What is he going to play? Come on. Show me your hand, Druid. Oh. It's really actually nerve-wracking when this happens, because that card could literally be anything. It could be Deathwing, like, for all I know, which... oh, it's not. That's okay. Oh, you jammy dodger. Oh, that's cruel, man. Swipe is a wonderfully annoying card. But, you know, it does what it does. Molten Giant is a great play right now, since we have 10 out of 10. Deal 3 damage. Is it worth it? Yes, it is. Oh, you jammy. Okay, so let's do that, just to hit him. Molten Giant out. And we have our Taunt up, which is nice, so let's just hit him in the face. And we can't hit him in the face. But I can't take that much damage either. So we'll just wait. There's no point in summoning another totem. All of my stuff is back up to 2 health, including my Taunt. Really depends on what this card is. 12, 12, 12. I do have the card advantage still. But if this... Oh, that's okay. Okay, so that's fine. So, what's he going to do? He's going to hit the Taunt, which is fine, because I can just summon another one. Hit me in the face, which isn't nice. I can use this card to get rid of both of them, and guess what? Let's get rid of both of them. Summon another Totem, and then finish him off with the charge of the Argent Commander. No, let me kill you. How dare you? Oh well. Well played, dear sir. That was a good match. Very, very thought-provoking and very, very well done. So we're 3-0 right now. This deck is going well. I would definitely say I'm not a professional StarCraft Hearthstone player. I wouldn't say I'm even good at the game, but it is still very fun. And a lot of Hearthstone and a lot of card games, it's down to basically how you learn through experience. Like there'll be certain situations where you think you've won a game, and then the enemy will throw something at you, and then you'll know how to deal with it next time, which is always nice. Another druid. Seems people are loving the druids right now. Oh. Okay, so what we do is, early board clear is good, but we sack these two. We do have the coin as well, so we can coin out Raging Worgen on the second turn. We also have the River Crocolisk, so if he plays anything, we'll play the River Crocolisk. If he doesn't, we'll wait for Raging Worgen. This is a good start, in my opinion, because we have a 1-2-3 combo if we need it. But I'm not going to use it. There is a motorbike outside, so if you hear that, I'm sorry about that, but it's blasting in my ear. Probably some punk-ass teenager. Anyway, it looks like he's looking at my totem and wondering what it is. Maybe he's a new player, and he's like, what is his ability? It's called Yomero, a very nice name. And as you can see, the board changes every so often, and he hasn't played anything. So, you know what? I won't either. Bonk. Took him a while to do that. I'm guessing he's trying to... Sorry about that. He's trying to psych me out, basically by going, hey, look at all these cards I have that I could play, but I'm not going to. The problem is he isn't even looking at the cards. As you can see, he's not really going through them or anything like that. So I know for a fact that he doesn't have any cards to play, because he's not choosing them. He's not thinking about using them. Unless he's a very skilled player and just does this and then looks at the card and just knows all of them, which I highly doubt. But, you know, 3-2 Panther. Good play. Unfortunately, I have the exact counter. Stormforged Axe. I don't really want to take the Overload right now, so I'll just play this. If he hits me in the face, that's completely fine. If we can't get rid of it, we Stormforge next turn and take it out, because if I play the Raging Worgen, he can kill it in one hit, which is exactly what I don't want when I'm trying to enrage a creature. Unfortunately, with the I can't remember his name. With the guy I'm playing, I suppose, I can't enrage the Worgen really myself. With a mage you can, because their power is basically a fire shot, which basically means that you can hit it yourself and then enrage it. Okay, so we're getting a lot of creatures on the board right now. Looks like he's going for my face, which is completely fine with me. We will take this guy out. Now, Raging Worgen and follow-up Lightning Bolt could work. Yes, we've got to use that coin at some point, so let's use it now. Take that guy out. And hopefully we can use this to enrage the Raging Worgen. And if not, and he has something to do with it, that's fine. We have the Stormforged Axe to be used next turn, because we don't really have another play. We could play the Stormforged Axe, and then on top of that, the Bloodsail Raider, the turn after. But a totem is always useful, so we'll see how it goes. This guy is taking so long to do his turns. He must be really thinking hard, which it makes sense if you want to be some kind of professional player or something like that, or just want to get better at the game. But to be honest, for me, Hearthstone is fun. It's not a game for maxing out, because I know I'll never be as good as people who started early in the beta. I mean, I had the same problem with StarCraft. Like, I really enjoy StarCraft, and I think the highest I got in StarCraft was Platinum. And to me, that was a great achievement. But to some people, you know, it's nothing. End your turn, you bastard. There you go. Right, okay, so summoning boars would be interesting. What else can we do? We can hit this with the Stormforged Axe, which basically means the Raging Worgen would kill it, but we don't have a follow-up play. Can we clear the board? No. But if we use the Stormforged Axe next turn, we can do this. Or we could do this and a totem. That would be an interesting idea, so let's do that. Let's have some fun. Testingo is a very good card. Let's just do that. Finish him off. So basically, it's a 1-1 boar against me. Card draw at the moment, we are basically equal at the moment. And let's see, we have a lot of overload, unfortunately, but you kind of get used to that. Another taunt. This means that he's obviously going for... Well, that's a great card, but I can't use it. He's obviously... He's got a late deck, if that makes sense. He's got a deck which... It really excels in the late game, but at the moment, so do I. I have 3 6s at the moment. I don't have any of my card draw cards, which is a really bad problem. And also, I don't have my hexes, and hexes are always useful when you're coming up against druids, because they have, as we saw in the last game, big scary creatures, which it's pretty hard to kill, and they are quite worrying. But next turn we can totem and do this, which would work, or even just a fire elemental, but there's nothing to really target with 3 health. I mean, what we could do is fire elemental and then hit that, but that's too much health lost in my opinion. Yes, what to do? You are waiting about. Come on, my son. I can't play around with this forever, I can't talk forever. So come on, yes, that's right, that's a taunt, yes, that's right, that's a totemic call. I understand in your little brain in your basement you are thinking. But sometimes thinking is not the answer, and just playing is the answer. And here we go. So silence a minion, that's completely fine. What did he buff? Oh, thank God. That's fine. Hits us in the face, and let's see what we draw. Hex is useful here, but is the Argent Commander better? The Argent Commander completely finishes that off, and yeah, let's just do that. So the Argent Commander hits that, doesn't take any health. You hit that because it's the most damage potential, and you just hit one of these. Unfortunately, we're going to use the Argent Commander next turn, but that's completely fine because we have these 2 beasties, and also we have the Hex if we need it. And with the Hex, we can combo it with the Razorfin Hunter and get a 2/3 and a 1/1 on the board, so therefore use that. Woohoo! Sometimes talking like that can take a bit of time. Sometimes you have to talk slow afterwards, just to basically catch your breath back when commentating. But let's see. Stop doing that. He's going like this. Look at the frog. Look at it. Look at it. Yeah. Let's see. He's obviously got a big card in his hand, but he's probably thinking I have a Hex or some kind of board clear, which can kind of get rid of it. So he's worried about playing it. But lo does he know that that is a very good card. But you know what also is a very good card? That. Boom, baby. Back in the game. So, that's one of his big beasties dealt with. We should have played the Razorfin instead of the Totem. Unfortunately, I clicked it not by accident, but I clicked it instead. Here comes the War Golem, because fuck you, that's why. And here we go. The Cult Master is not going to help here, because it is a 4. How can we deal with this? Let's do that. Let's get another totem up. Hopefully a healing one. Yep, okay, good stuff. Next turn we can take that out, and then we can summon the Cult Master and draw a card, which is always nice. Let's see what he has in hand, though. That is the big thing. He basically has to be able to do 2 damage to my taunt and then get past it. Sometimes it's actually worth using uneconomic ways of taking stuff out for the glory of your guy. But let's see what he does. He has a lot of buff cards as a druid, which absolutely sucks. Restores 3 health, fuck you, and all of your mothers too. But the thing is, we can kill him next turn. The problem is Yeah, well done. Mark of the Wild. There we go. There's the buff card. And on that, really? Huh. How weird. I need another Hex right now. But we shall see. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do. But we have to somehow get rid of that other one first. 2 adjacent minions have double attack. Cult Master could help us out. We do need a taunt up though. Deal 3 damage. Yes. Right, okay, that's how we do this. So, first of all, we take this guy out by putting that and that, a Jubidabudi, and a Bougie, and a Quaduji. So therefore, we have an 8-5 on the board, and let's see if he can deal with it. And if he can, well, we can bring in the Razor Fin or the Cult Master. But basically, that was quite a good trade there. We've got rid of 2 of his very big scary creatures, and also another one which was a 5-5, only by basically getting rid of 2 creatures which cost less at 6. And also a totem, which is quite interesting. The Cult Master, it needs to be up now, just in case we lose anything on the board. As we can see, whenever one of your other minions dies, draw a card. Okay, why would you play that? Really? Really? My friend, what are you doing? Have you run out of cards? Yes. Right, okay, so I don't want to play the Stormforged Axe right now. Molten Giant, wonderful, wonderful, darling. That's what we like to see. Right now would be a great time for a taunt. That's not a taunt. Let's just play the Molten Giant. We have a great board right now. We have a really good board. The problem is, if he has 13 damage somehow... Well, not even... If he has 9 damage in his hand, which he doesn't have... then we have lost. But right now, it's looking promising. Well, the Molten Giant's dead, which is completely fine. We just run him into that. We gain another card at that as well. So, as we can see, Druids, they have a very big scary cards when you start. Deal 3 damage, might as well just do that. Is there another way of doing it? Yes, there is, but I don't want to take any more health. These guys, the Fire Elementals, are really saving the day, and let's just throw out a Gnomish Inventor for some fun. Because basically that gives us some extra card draw when we need it. How many cards do we have left? 12, 16, that's completely fine. We should easily kill him before that, as long as he doesn't have anything scary, and even if he does... We have a lot of damage potential on the board. Let's see, 6, 10, 11, 17, 18, 19. So in 2 turns we can kill him. And we can even do 20 damage with the Stone Tusk if he can't get rid of any of our cards. And by the way, think about how long it's taking him to think about stuff to do, and how long it's taking me to think about stuff to do. For me, it takes a lot shorter time. Okay, that's a 3-1. Because... I like making plays. Oh, he's trying to rush me down. But he won't be able to, hopefully. I don't think I have any restore health cards in my deck, which is a bit of a shame. But what I can do is play this. And play that. And then 1-1. Just do that. Get another totem out. Also... get another card back, which is nice. And let's just do this. Damage potential is a lot, which is nice. And also, we have a healing totem to do that. But the thing is, if I take a short time to do my turn, then it gives him less time to think and basically move forward. If you dare have 7 damage in your hand, I will thank the Lord. That's GG, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you too, sir, and bada boom, yada toom. Lovely stuff. That was a well drawn out game, but to be honest, it shows how having those heavy creatures with very good battle cries really help out when you're playing. We have 4 wins We're living the dream right now, 4 wins and 0 deaths, but let's see who we come up against next. And also, I'll have to see how long this recording is. I'll do it after this battle and see how it goes, because this might be like a 2-hour thing. Which isn't bad, I mean, it gives you guys something to watch. But talking for 2 hours straight, if you've ever tried it, and not just talking to yourself is pretty hard to do. It looks like there aren't many people who are on 4 wins and 0 losses. Except this guy. Who is it? Is he a Grandmaster or a really slow guy? Or your guild leader? The hella hungry. Now the warrior has a really interesting way of doing stuff. Let's get rid of these two. I can use Loot Hoarder to gain cards, Stormforge Axe if he plays anything. And that is a wonderful start. I really like that. No wands, but we can use the coin, which is always nice. And no point in coining anything out. I don't want to put pressure on the warrior, really. I could probably beat him in a longevity race. So, what kills that? The Bloodsail Pirate kills that straight away. So does this. So let's just throw that out there. See what he has. They're hella hungry. The warrior has some really good combos. And there was quite well, not a famous thing, but is it worth it? Maybe worth it, you know? No, it's not worth it. Deal 3 damage, that's hella worth it. So we'll do that. And we will coin Acolyte of Pain, just to get him out there. And see if he can deal with it. There's an actual play that you can do, if you can survive for long, where you can do more than 30 damage with the warrior. Like, if you get under 10 health, you can summon a ton of Molten Giants, and then use a card which brings stuff back to your hand, and then just keep doing that. And it's really funny to do. And it annoys a lot of people, because basically they can be beating your ass for like this whole time, and then afterwards they struggle. Now it's just hits him for 1. A Taunt Totem would be nice, and unfortunately it's not, but we can't really do anything else this turn anyway. There's a good turn 4 play, which is the Cult Master, or actually no, the Gnomish Engineer is better, but we couldn't do anything. 2 to 3 is good there. Acolyte of Pain comes out, adjacent minions have +2 attack, so that's always nice. Molten Giant also comes out. This is a toughie, because we can go that, and then Lightning Storm, and hope for a spell damage. So let's try that. This is RNG City over here. Unfortunately, we don't get it, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully he doesn't have any heals. And let's see. Oh, the RNG gods are against me. See, if that had been... Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. But the thing is, if he doesn't take these out, Flame Tongue Totem time, and then maybe a different card to at least take some of them out. But unfortunately, he's clever and takes them all out. He has a good board presence, and I don't, because I've overloaded. Hex is not useful right now. I don't want to use it. No. Is it worth it? Yes, because I don't have any 6s. And then let's just play the Bloodsail. Get rid of the spell damage, even though I take 4 to the face. Thanks for that. But the thing is, this card trades well with any of these, so that's good. And if he probably has a slam which does some damage, then that takes it out. But we're struggling right now. Couldn't establish that early board presence that we were looking for. And it looks like we do have some very good plays, but I don't want to play a Hex. Let's see, yeah, there's the slam. And there goes my board presence. Deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +2 attack. Well, shit. That's a very good combo. And I'm down to 9. Good thing is, I can play the Molten Giant for free, so I might as well do that right away. Get a Hex on that, just to take it out. And screw it. We're going for it. Let's just take that out. Hopefully he can't get rid of that Molten Giant. And you bastard, Demolisher. You absolute bastard. Yeah, it looks like he's beaten me. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that early board stuff, and I couldn't get a Taunter. Well, that's annoying, but, you know, 4 wins at the moment is pretty good. So, what I'm going to do is stop recording and find out where I'm at.